it's mental for us. And that's why age appropriate's difficult. Because I met this young man a few years back, and I said, where do you live? He said, I live on a sailboat in Marina del Rey. Well, that's pretty sexy. I was like, yeah, that's adventuresome. That's cool. All right, little dude, you passed test 1. Cool. I said, wow, you live on a sailboat. That's like Sonny Crockett. And he was like, who the hell's Sonny Crockett? What? You've never heard of Miami Vice? What are you, an idiot? Miami Vice it's part of pop culture. That's Don Johnson in the 80s was so hot he couldn't even wear socks. He was so hot, he couldn't wear socks, Lacey. There was smoke coming off his ankles. He was so hot, Lacey. You've never heard of Miami Vice either, have you? Okay, no. Okay, Lacey, I'm gonna jump in the Wayback Machine. All right, Lacey? Back in the day, when I was a little girl like you, Lacey, actually before that, in my late teens, early 20s, we actually had to watch TV on TV. It was craziness. There was no binge watching. You didn't know what was gonna happen next week. You couldn't jump ahead or look it up on the internet machine. You had to sit on the couch. You had to have your tuchus on the Naugahyde. And me and my grandma Josephine, that's what Latinos do when we're heartbroken. We move back in with our family. Me and my grandma would watch Miami Vice. Nothing moved in Miami on Fridays between 9 and 10 o'clock. And we would be sitting there. And this is the innocent world that we lived in. The show was an amazing show. Sonny Crockett had a partner, Ricardo Tubbs. Ricardo Tubbs never got the chick. He just didn't. Sonny did. It was the 80s. Until one time, 1985, April, about 9:47. Leslie, I remember it like it was yesterday. While Foreigner was singing, I wanna know what love is, Ricardo Tubbs rolled over and it made it past the censors. His whole big butt right there, bam, cracking all right there, bam. And I was sitting with my grandma, we're like, whoo. Can you imagine getting that excited over butt crack? We were stoked. My grandmother's like, Dios mío, we've been mooned. I'm like, Grandma, he's black. It was more like an eclipse, but that's the world we lived in. That was news. Like you waited for the show to end so you could go in the kitchen and call your friend on the phone that was connected to the wall by a wire. And I'm gonna tell you a piece of trivia. If you did not see Ricardo Tubbs' ass in April of 1985, Lacey, you did. That's exactly right. It didn't make it to the summer reruns. I waited. Me and my grandma, we were reading the TV Guide to see when that episode was gonna. That's a book that you used to have on your coffee table.